Good morning and welcome to my kitchen. Today I will be making blueberry lemon cookies using fresh blueberries. I washed them and now I'm waiting for them to dry. Those are best the day you bake them. But believe me, once you try them, they won't last more than 2 days. Blueberry lemon cookies today. Welcome to my kitchen and thank you for watching. And the ingredients I need for today: 2 cups of all-purpose flour, which should be around 300 grams, pinch of salt, packet of cream cheese, 1 cup of sugar, and I have mixed half white sugar and half brown sugar, 2 eggs, 9 tablespoons of butter, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 full teaspoon of lemon zest. Unless you really like lemon flavor, you can put a little bit more. Couple drops of lemon extract, and this one is a big packet of blueberries. It's 11 ounces, which I washed and now just drying them. Before I start making those cookies, the dough for the cookies, everything here is room temperature: eggs, cream cheese, and butter. I want to make sure I mention that. So I will start with the butter, sugar, and cream cheese. And every couple minutes I would stop and just scrape the sides and the bottom, making sure that everything is mixed well. Cream cheese. It's getting really fluffy and light. Eggs will go next. And once it is so fluffy, so light, time for lemon zest and lemon extract. Like a cloud, light and fluffy. Many times it happens that the bottom is not mixed well and you have pieces of the separate ingredients in there. That's why it is very important to stop once in a while and mix it all. Okay, time for the lemon zest and lemon extract. So no more mixing. Now I will put the flour partially and just use spatula to mix it all up. If you over mix the flour, your cookies won't be as fluffy. If you want fluffy cookies, no more mixer, use a spatula, but slowly. And I have salt and baking powder in here with the flour. And you mix it until you do not see dry flour anymore. Don't over mix it. I can also put the blueberries in and mix them slowly. And after I'm done mixing, I will cover this and leave it in the fridge for about half an hour. That way, when it's cold, it's easier to divide it into small cookies. Okay, this is almost done. I don't see any more dry flour. So I will cover and put it in the fridge for half an hour. Okay, and now, once this dough is cold, I can divide it. And usually I aim for about 30 grams for each cookie. 30 to 40, but not more than that. The dough itself is very light and fluffy. The blueberries make it a little bit heavier. But I prefer smaller cookies than bigger cookies. So all I do here is dividing this dough into equal parts, because if I have smaller and bigger, The smaller ones might be overcooked and the bigger ones might be undercooked. So make sure your cookies are about the same size. Once this dough is divided, then I will wet my fingers and flatten those a little bit. And my oven is preheating to 345 right now. And out of this recipe right now, I have about 38 cookies, depending how big, approximate 36 to 40 if you weighed it between 30-35 grams. So now time to flatten those. So wet my fingers a little bit and shape them. That way you will also see if you have enough blueberries in each cookie. Because chances are not all the cookies will have the same amount of blueberries. And if you see that some don't have a lot, you can always add. If it's a blueberry lemon cookies, you need to have blueberries in there, of course. Okay, and those are ready to go in. And those should bake between 12 to 15 minutes. Color is the indication. Once those are done, I will come up close and show you how they're supposed to look like. Every oven is created equal, and I keep repeating it. Some of the ovens I had, and I had 3 of them, don't work the same or don't distribute the heat the same way. So 12 to 15 minutes. After 12 minutes, keep checking. And it took me 15 minutes. If I put those at 350, probably 12 minutes. But last time I put it at 350 for 15 and they were done too much. That's why I said 345 today. And you will have only brownish on top, and that's your key to take them out when you see them brownish on top. So those will need to cool off, and then maybe make some lemon icing and put it on top of those cookies. Delicious. If you do not want the lemon icing, you can always put some powdered sugar on top. Thank you for watching. Smacznego. And last lemony touch to those cookies. So the icing, I have about 3 cups of powdered sugar, 5 tablespoons of hot water, another tablespoon of lemon juice. And if you don't want to use lemon juice, you can use lemon extract. So what is the key here? Consistency. Okay, mix it really well and make sure there is no clumps of sugar here. It's flowing. And once you have it ready, use it right away when it's hot, because once it gets cooler, it's not going to flow anymore. I've done those cookies here, and now I can do the rest of it. And it's really, really flowing. You don't need a special sleeve for it, nothing. Just a spoon is enough, and it will run smoothly for you. Unless it gets cold, and then of course it won't. So do it while it is hot. And that's pretty much it. If you don't want the lemon icing, then you can sprinkle some powdered sugar on top. Thank you guys for watching. Smacznego, bon appetit, and until next time. Enjoy those. I would like to let you know why I am a big fan of using scale instead of the cups. I do put measurements in cups, so it's easier. As you know, I'm from Europe, so everything for me is in grams. And here in United States, any recipes you have is usually in cups. But I want you to pay attention to one thing. So take it as a tip. I learned by mistakes because I've done it before. So I have put together a flour, the same flour, all-purpose flour, into the same measuring cups. Exactly 2 cups in here and exactly 2 cups in here. But I want to measure it using the scale and show you if there is a difference and how much of a difference it can be. So here is the first 2 cups of flour, as you can see, 2 cups. And here is exactly 2 cups, all around, no cheating. And I will turn on, and there's nothing here, my scale. So it's set to 0. Maybe I should show you. So it's set to 0. If you can see. Okay, and I will put the first 2 cups in. And it says it is 248 grams. So now I will take this into a different cup, and it's empty. Put it back. It comes back to 0. And now the other 2 cups. All of it. And this one is 314. So now you can see that 2 cups are not created equal, right? They do not measure on a scale the same. So why is that? Well, it's all about handling the flour. If we are gentle with it, the flour is fluffy, it's light, and then 2 cups, nice fluffy flour. If you handle the flour, shake it, kind of bang it, on the surface somewhere, it loses its volume because it becomes dense. So you keep adding to have exactly 2 cups, right? Well, but it's much, much more heavier. It's much, much more flour that you need. So if you ever had a cake and you tried to follow the measurements and directions and the cake wasn't quite the way you hoped, it wasn't as fluffy, it wasn't as delicate, it wasn't as soft, well, maybe because there was too much flour. So it's just a tip, and I hope you will find it helpful to kind of pay attention to how we handle flours. I know how it is when you bake something and you put your heart into it, time into it, and then it doesn't come out the way you hope for. And it's frustrating. So I hope this helps. Thank you for watching.